I'm Daphne O'Neal here in San Francisco at Cartoon Art Museum, an amazing establishment featuring the art and history of comics and cartoons through the ages. We're going to step right in and find out what's going on at the museum right now and what the museum has been about throughout its history. So let's go.
The museum is in its 29th year of exhibiting cartoon art. We actually started in 1984. It was a group of collectors, and they wanted to find a place where they could show the original art that they collected. And so they actually started putting together exhibitions and traveling them in places around the Bay Area. And then in 1987, they got an endowment from Charles Schultz, who is the Peanuts creator, and they were able to get our first space.
Cartoon Art Museum is not just for comic book enthusiasts. There's really something for everyone here.
Cartoon art, for us, it's drawings with or without words that tell you a story or give you an opinion. That's comic book, comic strip, editorial cartoons, animation, magazine, and even children's book illustration. We've done even a couple of webcomic exhibits, so we like to be inclusive. For us, it's all arts. We're just a small museum in a big city, but we're one of the only museums in the United States that is dedicated to all forms of cartoon art.
I understand you have classes and workshops.
Oh, absolutely. We do a number of programs. We have artist lectures. We have workshops for kids. We do a regular Saturday class once a month for children, and we do other classes during the summer. And we've been doing more and more fun programming for people. So not just children. We have our third Thursday event where we're sort of open after hours, give people a chance to come by after work and relax and see some artwork and maybe have a drink.
So why is it important to have an establishment like Cartoon Art Museum?
As one of the only cartoon art museums in the country, we're kind of the one place to go and see the original art.
This is a very vibrant, active art form. It's everywhere, but it's still not fully appreciated. People enjoy comics and cartoons on a daily basis, whether it's in the newspaper or on television or reading a children's book, but they don't often stop to think about the people behind the work or the people creating the artwork. The talent and the creativity that's involved. And, we really like people to stop and take a moment and think about the art and the artistry and the artist.
I understand you have a permanent collection in addition to exhibitions that come and go.
Yes, so the museum was founded in 1984 by a man named Malcolm White. This was all his vision way back when. He formed a board of directors, he formed an advisory board of local cartoonists and cartoon art fans, and brought the museum together. They had a pretty aggressive collections policy at the very beginning. They had a letter writing campaign, they made phone calls, so they wanted to build the core of the permanent collection. One of the key players in that was Charles Schultz, who donated a lot of artwork to the museum and had enough clout that it was pretty easy to talk other artists into donating artwork at the time. The collection's grown from there. It's over 7,000 pieces, and that includes etchings going back to the 1600s and 1700s all the way through very recent works from political cartoonists and web cartoonists and animators and animation studios and comic book artists, and the collection's always growing. We want to make sure that this material is around for generations to come.
A person who may not be a total comic enthusiast can still get something out of a visit to this museum.
Absolutely. A lot of people, it's more of a trip down memory lane, sort of nostalgia. They see something that they remember from their childhood. They had forgotten about how much they enjoyed the comics, or they'll go through, we do have a room that goes through the history of, a brief history of cartoons. Sort of there's a little something for everybody, and even if you're not an artist, you get to see these originals and you're just like, oh, you see a Peanuts original, and I mean, who doesn't like Peanuts? It's just really fun stuff, and I think a lot of people, for them, some of the exhibits are new, and that's really one of the things we're here for, is you come in and you see something but then you learn about something you may not have seen before.
What does the future hold for the Cartoon Art Museum?
Hopefully a lot more. I mean, we've been around for 29 years. We're hoping to be around for another 29. We've been doing some great exhibitions in the museum. It's just like every time we have to take an exhibition down, which we just had the 25th anniversary of The Sandman, Neil Gaiman's quintessential work, and it was very sad to see that go. But then we have these awesome exhibits like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm like, yeah, okay, I missed The Sandman, but we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now. So there's always something different, and I think it's just a really wonderful thing to be able to show that diversity.
So if someone wants to learn more about Cartoon Art Museum and their current exhibitions, where should they go?
You can always find us on the web at cartoonart.org, and we also have a Facebook, a Twitter, and all the various other social media out there.
So that's it from Cartoon Art Museum. I hope you enjoyed our tour as much as I did. If you're in San Francisco, make sure to stop by 655 Mission Street, right on Museum Row. I'm Daphne O'Neal with Fantastic Forum. Thanks for joining us.